Hello, everybody, and welcome to Meteorological Summer. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you on this Sunday as we have terrible smoke across the area. We're going to go over that, your forecast for smoke and for storms heading into the beginning of your work week tomorrow. Everything you need to know is coming up right now. You're watching Hutch's Weather. Here we go. But first, my friends at Robert Gibb & Sons have a special going on for you. You can, if you upgrade your heating and cooling system, get a free water heater to boot. Now, this is quality Bryant equipment here, folks. 97% efficiency, a 10-year warranty, 3-year labor warranty with that free water heater. Give Robert Gibb & Sons a call today. A factory authorized dealer of Bryant equipment, whatever it takes. Let them know that Hutch sent you when you give them a call. Temperatures cooling off a pinch in the FM area. It's just been a sweltering hot day with that filtered sun behind the haze and the pall of the smoke that's in the area. 79 Fargo now, the latest reading as of the 8:25 time frame. 84 Grand Forks, 84 as we look out into Wells County there. For you folks in the Harvey area. Bismarck 81, Minot 82. Notice the cooling relief going on out to the north and west where the oil patch is in the 60s and low 70s right now. With the heat out ahead of it, a cold front is making its way through the region. Now, let's take a look at the visible satellite. You can really see the pall, the haze of the smoke right here across most of our area right now. We have a lot of very thick, dense smoke. Not all of this is at the ground. The visible satellite imagery will show us what's up above the ground as well, but it's certainly out there. Do you see this? There's a cool front working its way through, and as that's happening, it too is mixing down some terribly high levels of smoke down to the ground as well, as showers and thunderstorms begin to develop out to the west. So that's what's going on right now, just a hot and very hazy day. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of these air quality numbers across the board here. So we'll start with a look here at this particular site. Give me one moment while I pull it up here for us. Now, on this purple air site, it does give us some measurements from instruments positioned across our region. Now, where you see the purples is very unhealthy for all folks out there. Once we hit that 200 threshold and above, you can see that's all up and down the Red River Valley, including Grand Forks, including Fargo and Lakes Country near Fergus Falls as well, with air quality indices, AQI numbers that are approaching 200. So that's unhealthy for all of us out there if we have extended periods of exposure. So try to limit your outdoor time during this thing. And as you can take a look out to the west, we have some much better numbers behind the cold front. So ahead of it, where we saw that smoky haze, we have numbers that are still unhealthy for many and unhealthy for some with respiratory illness, but it's really starting to clear out behind this system. Relief is on the way, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like it will be here for all of us. Taking you in a little bit closer to some of the numbers, here we have in the Red Lakes area, some high values upward of 152 on the lower Red Lake. As we look down into Park Rapids and surround, we have 119 there. In towards Detroit Lakes, 120 for a level, 119 in Wadena. Good evening, Judy. Good to have you on board. Hey, Northern Grace, I hope you're having a wonderful weekend out there. Getting things done. Look at the level up here in parts of Manitoba up here, north and east of Winnipeg. This is a 528. That's just terrible air quality there, and is above even the 300 threshold that we're showing you there. So a little bit more on that one. Let's see if it'll let me take a look at this. This is the 10-minute average. It's a 528 AQI level. And that's just very, very high. So that's spiked up there. They likely have some fires going on in that vicinity right close to where they're at. Now, let's take a look at this forecast for where the smoke is going to be heading, and we're going to focus on the northern plains. So here we go. As we take a look at our region and look at the smoke forecast, then we'll look at this refreshing rain that's coming our way as well. So here's a look at the near surface smoke levels as we go through the overnight hours. We're very dark and hazy here with that thick smoke, and boom, here we go. It sticks around and lingers into the midnight hour and beyond. Now you notice that cool front working its way towards us here, mixing some smoke down our way. It's really compiling the smoke out ahead of it in Winnipeg, where we're seeing those values over 300 and 400. Hi, Del Rey, and hi, Brenda. Good to have you on board. Thanks for watching. If you have a question, as always, drop a line right here, and that's what makes Hutch's Weather wonderful and interactive, because I get to conversate with you. Brad, good evening. All right, so there's very high levels as we start your Monday up near the international border, and still pretty smoky here in the valley. And look what happens here. As this cold front develops throughout the day, it will be moving through the Fargo area around 1. That's when we'll have our strongest levels of smoke. And I alluded to this last week, that we would have that on Monday as that front made its way through. Behind it, a nice little clearing going on, and this will last until the evening hours before it sweeps out of here and then heads into central Minnesota. So we're still worrying about it in places like Park Rapids all the way through the evening and into the overnight for the Arrowhead of Minnesota, but some relief for the Red River Valley and most of our North Dakota counties as we go into the forecast period. Now we're going to switch models here, and we're going to take a look at what we're expecting with regards to our thunderstorm potential and the timing thereof as we go through the night. Then we'll show you what's going on now. Showers and thunderstorms by the morning hour will be pushing their way into central North Dakota in that Minot zone as you're getting up and heading off to work. So a few showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder here, but this is not severe at this particular point. As we go into the afternoon hours rather, this model shows that we'll have an increased chance of some showers and thunderstorms as we approach 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon for Fargo and for Grand Forks and for northwest Minnesota. Notice it's not widespread. Here's the low pressure system. Here's the hot south wind, and boom, in the afternoon, a line of thunderstorms may develop. And if it develops like this, a few of these storms could be severe, but the best chance will be down south here as we go into southern Minnesota. Central Minnesota, these could be stout wind, and some hail will be the main threats from those storms along that boundary between the warm and the cool pool that will be working its way in. And you can see here that the best chance for some precipitous precipitation of any significance at all looks to be in central parts of Minnesota. So that is a look at that. Speaking of that precipitation, let's go over that right quick. Whoopsies, let's go ahead and get right here. As we take a look at the heaviest amounts of rain across most of Minnesota, where the thunderstorms will be most likely to develop in the afternoon. So if you do get hit by the line of thunderstorms, under those storms, we could see enhanced rainfall amounts well over an inch, maybe even over 2 inches for some. Across North Dakota, overnight tonight and into the morning hours, most of you'll see 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain, but a few of you under some heavier soakers could see a good 1/2 inch, maybe a little more, of rain showers in western North Dakota, where again, that drought has been pretty bad. We'll take anything we can get out there to help green things up. So again, rainfall looks to be that way. Now let's take a look at what we have going on right now on the radar. Let me see, I pulled up the wrong item here. Let me go ahead and get back to the radar. So here's what's going on now across our region. We talk temperatures. Here's that radar, and that's going to show us where we do have some showers and thunderstorms developing as we close out our weekend here. And we do have the strongest showers and storms out here in the mountains of Wyoming right now. So Casper and points west on that the interstate corridor between Sheridan and Casper here, some strong storms rolling off of the mountains there. South of Lusk, we have a pretty strong storm heading out towards Scotts Bluff, Nebraska as well. Big rain in parts of western Montana, much needed out there. That's going to be working its way off to the east and to the north tonight, with some showers in the oil patch taking place there. So again, terrible air quality across the region right now. Our high temperatures today reached ridiculous levels. It was just plain doggone hot out there. So you take a look across our region, Grand Forks 89, the high up there, 92 up in parts of that Pembina County area. Walhalla, Langdon, you were close to 90 as well. Lakes country, not a lot of relief there, but some mid-80s, upper 80s into Wilkin and Traverse County. Fargo with an 86-degree day, but just up the road, we did have some 90 burgers flipping out there. Out in the Hazen and Beulah area, 90 degrees there. Dickinson, 91. Mandan, 87 degrees today. Minot, 91 sizzling degrees. Pardon me. As we not only struggled with the heat, but we struggled with that nasty smoke. Speaking of which, let's take a look around the region. Now, some of the highest levels of smoke are taking place right now in the Fargo area, as we were showing you some of those numbers moments ago. And the smoke levels have really caused that haze or pale of just nasty looking air over the city. And this is what it looks like in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Your visibility is reduced by all of this smoke that's in the atmosphere. Here's the Devil's Lake view out there, and you can still see that there is some haziness to the skies out there as well. Going out to the west, though, where we saw some reduced numbers once you get out towards the Medora area here, then we got some blue skies and some visibility aplenty. So there is some relief in sight out there to the west behind the cold front that's on its way. Here's the capital city, Bismarck, right now. Oofda. That's a quote from Hutch. That's some nasty smokiness there. Checking in on Minnesota, that smoke has been pretty high in and around much of Minnesota as well. We'll go to the northwest part of the state here first, and we'll see there's an air quality alert that's in effect. Remember, there's no apparatus in place to issue such alerts in the state of North Dakota, but our air quality has been, well, just terrible at best across much of the region. So as we take a look at some of the areas up here, let's go right out to the Red Lake area here, and we'll see what things are looking like on the skies. You can see the hazy skies out there. As we go down south a little bit into Lakes Country, here's Frazee. And the road surface looks great, but the sky's a little bit on the gray side there, not quite as thick as what we're experiencing in Fargo. In and around Grand Forks and Crookston, you can absolutely see that layer of smoke. And someone commented to me on one of my posts today that it smells like an ashtray out there, and that's about an adequate description of what's going on. Here's Roseau County, and looking in the Badger area here at what they're seeing out there. And it looks like we do have some hazy skies up above the tree line there as well. So we're going to continue to deal with this. In fact, it will decrease and get worse in parts of northwest Minnesota heading into your morning hours. So Judy, thanks for watching. Grand Forks pretty hazy lately. And I do have to pass along that there is a chance at some northern lights that could be quite vibrant tonight across much of our area. Again, I'll repeat that. The northern lights, a possibility tonight. There was a solar storm, that energy heading toward the Earth, interacting with the Earth's magnetic poles. And as it does that, it's going to create quite a light show across the lower 48. The chances will happen again tomorrow, but we'll have, as you know, in the forecast, a little bit more in the way of clouds. Here is your forecast then. Overnight, temperatures will be dipping down to those 60s. Smoke in the atmosphere, particularly here in the Red River Valley. A little bit of clearing of the smoke out to the west, as we've already seen, with temperatures that will be a little bit cooler. Look at afternoon temperatures on your Monday at 5 o'clock. 50s and 60s in the oil patch through Minot. Bismarck, 67 degrees. Oh, where is winter? It's too hot, says Myra. Thanks for your input there. Yeah, indeed. It just really ramped up. Temperatures tomorrow will still be in the 85 to 90 degree range in southern Minnesota. This is where we'll have the best chance at some severe storms going through our day. And in fact, the Storm Prediction Center has that risk basically for tomorrow as we take a look at the plot here. Areas in yellow that you see on this particular map are the areas where we have what's called a level 2 out of 5 risk, or a slight risk of severe weather. So eastern South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota. The green areas, which include near Fargo, has a chance, a marginal chance, at a few of the storms becoming severe. Again, this is for, let me get the timeline clear for you here, tomorrow and for tomorrow night. There's a risk of some severe weather in eastern South Dakota and up into Lakes Country, Brainerd Lakes area, the Bemidji area. That's where the greatest chance of strong to severe storms will be. So that's a look at your tomorrow forecast. Hot south winds here ahead of the front, and then cooling down quite quickly. 73, your 5 o'clock temperature in Grand Forks. Still in the 80s here in Fargo. The storms look to be passing through between 3 and 5. Once they do, we should start to see temperatures steady and fall fairly quickly back into those 70s. Remember, there'll be very dense smoke in Fargo just behind this line as it works its way through before things improve in the overnight hours. So we'll have one more day of unhealthy air across the area. Temperatures for the remainder of the week drop into the 70s for most of it. Cannot rule out hit and miss light sprinkles of rain. And in fact, this system, Paula, hello, thanks for watching. This system looks to exit the area here and really not bring everyone much needed rain. So I know we all want it, but we're just not going to get it. It's going to be a little bit more of the hit and miss. Here again is a rainfall update to the forecast by the time we get to Tuesday. And it does look like our Minnesota counties will have the best chance at seeing some heavier rain showers making their way through. We'll have passing and isolated storms here in the Red River Valley. Tonight's activity moving out of Montana and into the oil patch also brings a decent chance of some rain showers, but it looks to be limited in intensity, with a few areas picking up upwards of a half of an inch of rain. Paula, thank you. Let's see. We got a question here on the smoke. So Sue wondering, will we be dealing with a lot of smoke issues this summer? There's some pretty big fires burning up in parts of Saskatchewan right now. And so until they get more rain on top of some of these areas in the forests of Canada, I'm afraid we could have a period of some pretty hazy and smoky conditions across our area, Sue. Thank you so much for the stars, Matt. I really do appreciate that very, very much. It helps keep Hutch's weather growing and going. And I do have exciting announcements coming very soon. Paula, thank you for your sharing of stars as well. Amanda, will it continue to be hazy all through the week? Well, our forecasts for surface level smoke and modeling are showing that it's going to be moving out and heading into parts of the Arrowhead of Minnesota as we go through the day tomorrow. After that, we will have a cooler period of weather here. And what we're going to need to transport that smoke our way and get it down here to the surface is we're going to need that northwest flow at the surface level here for quite some time. And then once again, it will be possible to have it punch back in. So I'll keep my eyes on that smoke forecast in the upcoming week. Enough fires going on up there where it could certainly impact much of the region and even the nation, as it were. So thanks for the wonderful questions. Let's go ahead and take a look at Hutch's weather. I did want to point out a couple of wonderful changes that have taken place on hutchesweather.com. So head on over to hutchesweather.com if you have some pictures of some fun that you've been doing across the region. This site will allow you the opportunity to share those photos of your outdoor fun and weather fun with all of us here. A little bit of a color table change on the radar, making maybe something that's a little bit more used to what you're used to seeing on a radar there, with the greens taking place where we have rain and blues for snow. That's right, there's some snow way up there and out to the west of Red Deer and west of Calgary, Alberta. So they have some flakes in the high country there. Elsewhere across the nation, showers and thunderstorms. On hutchesweather.com, though, I'd love your comments, and let me know in your comments, what are you thinking about the site? A couple of changes here. If you do have a youngster that wants to help Hutch figure out the weather, this is where you can press to sign up right here. Love to have kids between 8 and 18 help me figure out the weather. And then you can watch some of those videos of this year's Hutch's Weather Kids as well. Here's the buttons for your view the gallery or upload your photos of your very own. I've had so many of you share awesome photos of the weather we've been having here in the Northern Plains. There are some National Weather Service pages there, and also I partnered up with For Love of Dog Rescue, and they have a wonderful service there. They also provide us with homes for these dogs. They are in need of a lot of help over there. And Pedro came from For Love of Dog Rescue. So it's in my heart what they do over there for these animals. So whether you're looking to adopt or you can help out in any way, check out the link on that button there and help my friends out over at the For Love of Dog Rescue. All right, that's a look at our weather. That's a look at our forecast. Here's the hour-by-hour timing of those storms as they work their way through. Let's go to that right now. All right, let's see if I found it here. I think it's right here. Okay, here we go. So as we take a look at the forecast overnight, we're going to see some of these showers and storms out in the oil patch work their way in by the overnight hours. So Williston to Minot will have the best chance of rain in the morning, maybe moving in toward Bismarck as we go through mid-morning. Now, as we go toward the midday hours, we'll see a few showers and thunderstorm chances in the James River Valley, all the way out towards Bismarck. So a pretty wide swath of rain across central North Dakota, but it gets more picky as to where it's going to show up here in the Red River Valley. The best timing that I have on board for this for Fargo is between 1 and 4 p.m. And then it moves out east and really explodes where that risk of severe weather is. And that severe weather risk will be greatest in the Montevideo area out towards Worthington and in toward the Twin Cities. St. Cloud, you may be in that zone as well. So keep that in mind as we're going through. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me tonight on this weather. You can look for more information right here. For now, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson, wishing you the best of your Sunday night, and we'll talk again very soon. Thanks for watching.